Welcome to today's video. In this episode, we're going to explore one of the most significant milestones in human history, the Julian Calendar. A calendar system that shaped the way we measure time for centuries and paved the way for the modern calendar we use today. Let's begin by understanding what the Julian Calendar is and where it comes from. To understand the significance of the Julian calendar, we first need to look at what came before it. In ancient Rome, time was measured using the Roman calendar. This early calendar was based on the lunar cycle, meaning it followed the phases of the moon. While this may sound simple, it was far from efficient. The original Roman calendar was said to have been created by Romulus, the legendary founder of Rome, around 753 BC. Consisted of only 10 months and spanned 304 days. The year began in March and ended in December, with the winter months essentially ignored. Here's a quick look at the months of the early Roman calendar. Martius, March 31 days. Aprilis, April 30 days. Maius, May 31 days. Junius, June 30 days. Quintilis, July 31 days. Sextilis, August 30 days. September, 30 days. October, 31 days. November, 30 days. December, 30 days. The calendar totaled 304 days, leaving approximately 61 days unaccounted for during winter. Later, Numa Pompilius, the second king of Rome, reformed the calendar to add January and February at the beginning of the year. This adjustment brought the calendar closer to the solar year, but it was still heavily reliant on lunar cycles. Even with Numa's reforms, the Roman calendar remained problematic. The year was 355 days long, which was 10 days shorter than the solar year. To compensate, the Romans occasionally inserted an extra month called Mercedonius, but this system was inconsistent and prone to manipulation. Roman priests, known as pontiffs, controlled the addition of this intercalary month, and they often abused their power for political gain. For example, they might extend or shorten the year to favor certain politicians or delay elections. By the time Julius Caesar came to power in the 1st century BC, the Roman calendar was completely out of sync with the seasons. This discrepancy created confusion in agriculture, governance, and religious observances. A change was desperately needed. Enter Julius Caesar, the Roman general, statesman, and reformer who recognized the chaos caused by the flawed calendar system. In 46 BC, Caesar decided to overhaul the calendar entirely. He sought the advice of Sosigenes of Alexandria, a Greek astronomer and mathematician renowned for his expertise in astronomy. Sosigenes proposed a revolutionary idea: to abandon the lunar calendar in favor of a solar calendar. The solar calendar was based on the time it takes the Earth to complete one orbit around the Sun, which is approximately 365.25 days. This approach was far more consistent and predictable than the lunar calendar. Caesar accepted Sosigenes' recommendation and implemented the new system. The Julian calendar was officially introduced in 45 BC, marking the beginning of a new era in timekeeping. The Julian calendar divided the year into 12 months, with a total of 365 days in a regular year. To account for the additional 0.25 days in the solar year, the calendar included a leap year every 4 years, adding an extra day to the month of February. Here's how the months were structured. January, 31 days. February, 28 days, 29 days in leap years. March, 31 days. April, 30 days. May, 31 days. June, 30 days. July, 31 days. August, 31 days. September, 30 days. October, 31 days. November, 30 days. December, 31 days. The inclusion of leap years was a groundbreaking innovation. It ensured that the calendar stayed aligned with the solar year, preventing the gradual drift that plagued earlier calendars. The transition from the old Roman calendar to the Julian calendar wasn't straightforward. To realign the calendar with the seasons, Caesar declared that the year 46 BC would be 445 days long. This extended year, known as the Year of Confusion, consisted of 15 months and was meant to correct the discrepancies caused by centuries of mismanagement. While this adjustment was disruptive, it successfully reset the calendar, allowing the Julian calendar to begin fresh in 45 BC. The Julian calendar also influenced the names of the months we use today. 2 months, in particular, reflect the legacy of Julius Caesar and his successor, Emperor Augustus. Quintilis, the 5th month in the Roman calendar, was renamed July in honor of Julius Caesar. Sextilis, the 6th month, was renamed August to commemorate Augustus Caesar. These changes highlighted the political and cultural significance of the Julian calendar, as it became a symbol of Roman power and authority. The Julian calendar was more than just a timekeeping tool. It was a transformative force that reshaped the world in several ways. Agriculture. With a more consistent calendar, farmers could better predict the timing of seasons. This improved agricultural planning, leading to more reliable food production and greater stability in ancient societies. Religion. The Julian calendar played a crucial role in the scheduling of religious observances. For example, it influenced the calculation of Easter, which was tied to the spring equinox. Governance. The standardization of time helped Roman administrators manage the vast empire more effectively. It provided a uniform system for scheduling events, collecting taxes, and organizing military campaigns. Cultural influence. The Julian calendar became a symbol of Roman innovation and authority. Its adoption spread beyond the Roman Empire, influencing timekeeping systems in Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. Despite its many advantages, the Julian calendar had a subtle flaw. It overestimated the length of the solar year by approximately 11 minutes and 14 seconds. This doesn't sound like much, but over centuries it added up. By the 16th century, the Julian calendar was 10 days out of sync with the solar year. This drift caused significant problems for the timing of Easter, which was tied to the spring equinox. The discrepancy became a major concern for the Catholic Church, prompting a new wave of calendar reform. The Gregorian Calendar, a successor to the Julian Calendar. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian Calendar to correct the errors of the Julian Calendar. The Gregorian reform involved 2 key changes. Leap year rule. The Gregorian Calendar refined the leap year system. Leap years were still added every 4 years, but they were skipped in years divisible by 100 unless they were also divisible by 400. This adjustment reduced the average year length to 365.2425 days, much closer to the actual solar year. Date adjustment. To realign the calendar with the solar year, 10 days were skipped. In countries adopting the Gregorian calendar, October 4th, 1582, was immediately followed by October 15th, 1582. The Gregorian calendar gradually replaced the Julian calendar, becoming the global standard for timekeeping. However, the Julian calendar remains in use today by some religious groups, such as the Eastern Orthodox Church, which calculates holidays like Christmas and Easter according to the Julian system. The Julian calendar's legacy is profound. It represented a major leap forward in the way humans measure time and organize their lives. Its influence can still be seen in modern calendars, cultural practices, and historical traditions. Even after its replacement, the Julian calendar continues to be a symbol of innovation and progress. It reminds us of humanity's enduring quest to understand and harmonize with the natural world. The Julian calendar was more than a tool for measuring time. It was a revolutionary system that reshaped the course of history. From its origins in ancient Rome to its lasting impact on modern timekeeping, the Julian calendar remains one of humanity's most remarkable achievements. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about the past. Until next time, keep exploring.